Well, hey there, boys and girls and kids of all ages. Today we're going to talk about how you need to practice in a realistic hunting situation for hunting. If you're going to be shooting in a ground blind, your ass better practice out of a ground blind. I can't say ass, can I?
You can.
I can. Oh, fabulous. That's a little more me. I like it. So today we're going to pop up us ground blind and practice out of it a little bit and put in a couple different scenarios so we get used to sitting in a ground blind, shooting from a sitting position. Sitting positions will hit a little different, guys, so it's important to practice. And so without further ado, let's pop this thing up. Here we go. What's up? Shebang. Oh yeah. Whew, that's pretty dope. Aha, I am. It's early, bro. I'm tired. Boom, boom, boom. Hello. If you're sitting in a big field, that sort of thing, and you may have to shoot that direction, that direction, that direction, that direction, that direction. Yeah, this guy's pretty awesome, because you have a wide view. Yeah, but most of my preference, honestly, is to not shoot out this side. And it's largely because I normally, when I'm setting up, I know where I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna have a window that's, 5 feet, 10 feet wide, max. It's 25, 30 yards away, somewhere in that vicinity. And then I can close it and only have a tiny little opening in the blind. So this is really cool and really nice for like being on a field edge and you have no idea where the critters are coming out. You don't know where the trails are exactly. You don't know if they're patterned at all or if they're just kind of randomly coming from different spots every day. So it gives you a better opportunity. But myself, I prefer to do it this way. Hold tight. I'm more like this. And the reality of this is it's a very small shooting window. And what that truly does for me is it gives me way more places to hide inside a blind. Animals can't see you if you can't see them. It's as simple as that. So some people like to have it wide open to where they can see stuff and get all excited, but the more you see stuff, the more movement you're gonna have, the more you're gonna react, the more fidgety you're gonna get. And if you know where they're gonna be, and you know where they're gonna come out, why offer yourself more of an opportunity for them to see you? Hello. Yeah, so the beauty of being in a big black box and wearing all black stuff, which today I'm wearing a light gray shirt, but when I am in a blind, I have like a full-on ninja suit. Like I have a hood, I have a face mask, like you can see about this much, right there, and that's about all you're gonna see. And I will do my best to not have that visible until the last moment, because they can see white in a black box. So you gotta be black when you're wearing it, when you're in a blind for sure. But the beauty of sitting back in it is it gets really hard to see. The lighting's gotta be perfect for them to see you. Now you can come into here and I can back up and realize where you're at. All the way back in here, I can still see just fine out there, but it's very hard to see me from the outside. So I prefer the smallest amount of shooting window possible, just enough. And then vertically here, if you have to change the distance you're shooting, you have plenty of room for your window. That's one great thing about this blind is they've got a really tall unit. So I'm looking here, but my arrow's actually leaving here, and make sure that you're paying attention to that. A lot of blinds have the little triangle thing, and you'll put your pin up here and think everything's all fine and dandy, and you'll put your arrow right through the blind. That's why we're going to practice out of this blind, so we make sure we have adequate clearance for where we're shooting at. Keeping your anchor is super, super important, and it's very easy to not pay attention to that in these scenarios. You get in the blind, you're not standing upright, you're sitting in an awkward position, you're slouched, you're tired, you've been sitting for 3 hours, your body's just going to compress and sit down. So before you ever pick up your bow for that shot or for that opportunity on hunting, you want to take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. Get your body back up into its normal position. You don't shoot like this, you shoot like this. So take 3 long, slow, deep before you even pick up your bow. It'll also calm you. It'll slow your heart rate. It'll make you not so freaked out in that moment of truth. And when that animal steps in front of you and you're ready to shoot, don't look at his horns or, don't freak out. Don't look at the whole animal as a whole. Like pick a little hair. Like that's where I want to hit right there. And I see a little hair, a little tuft of hair that's just sitting in the wrong direction. That's what I want to hit, and that's what I want to look at. So I'm going to focus on that, and don't ever stop looking at that. You start backing up and looking at the whole picture, you're more likely to freak out, you're more likely to miss. So just stay focused on that less, a little tough. As far as blinds on positioning, always stay in the back. Do not get halfway forward or all the way forward, because you just get more and more visual. The more you sit towards the back of this thing, the better off you're going to be. I will frequently have my bow on a hook or a hanger, which this particular blind, I don't have one in here, but they do offer a hanger hook where your bow would actually sit right here, which is pretty nice. You just pick it up and go. But I always stay towards the back and off to the side, and I will frequently, when I just want to look, I'll lean my head forward and look and then back up. If you can't see them, they can't see you. It's as simple as that. So try to keep your movement down as much as you can. All black all the way to your fingertips. Like I have a black hoodie that goes over my hand and over my knuckles, and just my fingers stick out of it. And I've never been seen or never been caught of movement in that thing. That's pretty sweet. So outside of that, traditionally I would sit in a chair, but the chair we grabbed is too tall. So, and I'm not a short person, so I run into that problem a lot. So staying towards the back will also help lower your movement, and your noise. When your bow goes off, it's not going to make nearly as much noise out there. The closer you get to the window, the farther your sound's going to travel. Another real good tip with blinds, which we didn't do in this because we just popped it up, but they all have these little fins on the bottom of them. Pull the fins out, stake the blind down, bring a shovel with you, knock down all your crap in here, try to get it flat, but bury the edge of the blind. If you can see daylight under your blind, your scent is leaving under that blind. If you put in a blind correctly and thoroughly, you will not get winded. It's very hard to. They can smell, and that's what they're living and dying by. So it's really pretty darn important to try to minimize your scent as best as you can. This one right here, try to film through that. Can you see me? No, and that's the trick. Now stick your camera out and look the other way. Oh, look at that. You can see Dan just fine. A little black rifle. Very nice. Good ups, good props. There you go. That is a one-way window. These are really cool. I can see just fine, but you can't see in. It's a really sweet deal. Now, traditionally, I don't do stuff like this because that's just more scent. You can get in and out. But if you're in an environment where scent really doesn't matter, or you need more visual, you can look and see stuff moving out here and they can't see you. So that's a really cool one. These narrow vertical windows, I call them archery windows, are located in multiple spots. And you can actually slide, so you can change the height of that window a little bit if you want to. Yeah, like I need it up here. Dan might not. He might be able to get away with it being a little lower, and then that's just less of a window that they can see through. Close that back up. Another vertical window over here. And just unzip it as far as you actually want the window open. You know, if you're being realistic, if your arrow's here and your visuals here, why open it all the way down to there? You don't need to, but I just did it for a vertical. And then of course most of these things in here have hooks and elastic on them, so you can make changes quietly. But these really four-way stretch windows here for the full span, if you really want to open it up like that, yeah, for sure. I would think in a scenario where you're hunting a field edge or a water hole, whether it be for antelope or even for elk, if you're hunting elk more like you traditionally would a deer or what have you, the wide window makes a hell of a lot more sense. Just I don't hunt that very much, so most of my scenarios it's just a small window. But if I was on a watering hole, especially if the watering hole is from like there to there, it was huge. I mean, they could come in anywhere through there. You gotta have the ability to make that change. And with this guy, because they've got all these little round hooks and elastic, you could probably get away with changing your blind while something was in front of you if you had to. Where most of the other ones, anything with Velcro and what have you and zippers on the adjustments are just gonna make a crap load of noise. Well, all I can really say more than anything is have a really steady seat. If your weight is positioned well in your seat, you're gonna move less. If you're like leaning off of the edge of a little folding chair or something like that, you're gonna move around more. And same goes for shooting from your knees. It is really hard to shoot from your knees, especially in the position I was in right here. If I stood all the way up on my knees to where I would be solid, I couldn't see the target. So I had to squat, and I actually ended up sitting on my butt because I was a little uphill, and that helped a little bit, but it still was moving like 10 times what it should. So that's really a positive part of why you need to practice sitting and why you need to practice shooting out of a ground blind. If you're going to shoot out of a ground blind, if you're going to shoot out of a tree stand, you're probably still sitting. If you're not bringing a chair to the range and sitting in a chair and practicing, you're selling yourself short. It's not going to feel the same. It's totally different, and it's important that you practice from that. Ideally, if you can practice from the chair you're going to be sitting in, like if you have a particular chair that you put in your blinds, and if you've hunted in a blind a lot, you've probably tried a bunch of different stuff. It's amazing how many chairs make a crack load of noise, and there's only a few that don't. I've had a hard time finding something better than just a one-piece plastic chair because they don't make any noise. But most of them there's a couple out there that are really quiet, but in general, most of your average chairs, you're going to try to move and position. It's going to go, and you can't do that. So whatever chair you're going to use in the blind, take it to the range with you, or take it in the backyard and practice. You know, you're probably only going to shoot 20 or 30 yards out of a blind anyway. You're probably not shooting a lot farther than that. So get some reps in. And I need to confess, I need to do that more because I will be hunting in a blind in a good portion of September, and I have yet to shoot out of a blind until today. So thank you for reminding me that I need to do that, but it is definitely a different feel, and it will benefit you in the long run to practice. So I'd strongly encourage you to do so. Thanks for tuning in with us, folks. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Check out Podium Archer YouTube and podiumarcher.com for all your archery needs. 99 bucks and up is free shipping. If there's stuff that you're looking for that we don't have, please let us know. Reach out, message us, contact us, email us, send us a letter, carrier pigeon, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just let me know if I can sell it and I can ship it. I'll put it on there. Check out ElkShape.com, as I'm sure you probably have. And Dan's got a few things on there you ought to check out as well. But more than anything, the like and subscribe gets our content to you faster. So try to get onto that if you can. And really appreciate you guys checking us out. We're trying to get it out to you as fast as we can and get you as much content as we can that you're looking for. But more than anything, thanks for watching.